Throw, and unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was, and one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
First and 10.
The Saints trot onto the field behind the veteran right arm of Drew Brees, a former Purdue Boilermaker who entered the league back in 2001.
And it's interesting, isn't it? The psychology of a team coming onto the field down 8-0 instead of the normal 7, or sometimes when you're fortunate, just 6. 8-0 almost connotes a sense of urgency that really isn't there yet. It's too early in the game. Go down and score. Heck, kick the extra point and be down 1. Don't chase points too early. Just worry about scoring.
On second down, Kamara. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Alvin Kamara.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Carry for Latavius Murray. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now they'll throw with Brees. His throw incomplete. Jared Cook, his Pro Bowl tight end, was the target. But it's going to be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Brees leaves this one with Kamara, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Now Brees on 3rd down. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Cleveland Browns getting the football back. And CD, the Browns are over 500, 2-1 on the season. The first time since 2014 that they have been over the 500 mark. Hard to believe. And that includes just being 1-0 because that hasn't happened yet. But now with the wins in weeks 2 and 3, they are there.
And how about this team? Baker Mayfield, he and his team had a rough opener against Baltimore. They got beat 38-6. But he's bounced back well. He had 2 touchdown passes in this game. Nick Chubb added 2 on the ground. Kareem Hunt's running the football. Kind of reminds you a little bit of that great 80s duo in Ernest Biner and Kevin Mack in the backfield. Can they recreate that? They're doing their best to do that. The defense, 5 takeaways against Washington. Picked up Dwayne Haskins 3 times. I think it's a good roster, even though I saw them in the opener against Baltimore. I still thought it was a good roster. Baltimore's just awfully good, as we well know. Now they've got 3 really tough games coming up. At Dallas, who needs the win in a big way. Home against Indy, who seems to have righted their ship. And then they're at Pittsburgh, who is currently undefeated.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
Cameron Jordan.
Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and...
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
Ball carrier.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes his fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, if you're a fan of Baker Mayfield, you're hoping that the problems of last season don't resurface here in this one. Remember, he threw 21 interceptions last year, second most in the NFL behind Jameis Winston. Maybe the expectations were a bit too large for he and his team last season. Probably pressed it a little bit, trying to make too many spectacular plays.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Here's Breeze to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Browns 8, Saints nothing.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Throwing now is Breeze. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
Interference. Kicking team.
Oh, why are we doing this?
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards of 1st down. Mayfield down.
There's Jarvis Landry with a nice reception and pickup there. And when you say Pro Bowl, you better think Jarvis Landry. He's been selected to it every year since 2015. The only season he's missed is rookie year. And he is durable and tough. We talk about that all the time. How about this for an example? Hasn't missed a game in his first 6 seasons and was a 1,000-yard receiver for the 3rd time in 2019.
Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. The touchdown pass, Mayfield to Landry. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield, and they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target. Put it right on him.
Set to kick off.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
For the New Orleans Saints, as their offense works their way back out here, Charles, a win over Tom Brady and the Bucs in the season opener, but 2 straight losses since, both in prime time at the Raiders week 2, and then Sunday night the loss in week 3, 37-30. They fall to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Now, Drew Brees was playing without all-pro wideout Michael Thomas. The numbers still look good, 29-36, but really a lot of it was underneath to Alvin Kamara. So people talking about, oh no, is Drew Brees struggling at 41? What have you seen from the quarterback?
Well, something that's been discussed around the league for a few seasons now about Drew Brees throwing the deep ball and how often he does it. The offense isn't really designed for that. And a lot of times when they do design it, they have that speed burner out on the perimeter. They don't have that guy right now. So that's part of the thing as well, because I think given the opportunity with the right guy, Drew Brees can still throw it over the top. They just don't do it very often right now. Now, this Saints team, they're trying to get right. At Detroit, home against the Chargers, before they have an open week in week 6. They've got to get a couple of wins heading into that time where they'll be able to get away from football for just a little while.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now this time, Brees will throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Brees. Got him in. He finds Sanders. Touchdown, New Orleans. Emmanuel Sanders, 43 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Now Brees toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time, maybe.
The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Come on, let's go.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he's got him back within a field goal now. It's 16-13. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Back to it after the pick six, Mayfield. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, Charles, let's step aside, different topic here for a second. Unfortunately, the NFL lost a legend earlier in this first month of the 2020 season. Hall of Fame running back Gale Sayers passed away at 77. And Sayers, the youngest man ever inducted. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
From the 22, Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this Browns defense stands tall. Well, CD, we are 3 weeks into the NFL season, so curious to get maybe your biggest surprise so far. Would it be the Bears at 3-0?
Yeah, I think that's a great candidate for that big surprise team. I think you're right about that, partner, because, look, Green Bay, are we overly shocked? Seattle, overly shocked? No and no. Buffalo, I thought they'd be the AFC East frontrunners anyway. Pittsburgh, they got Big Ben back, and they've got that great defense. But Chicago, so inconsistent on offense, especially in 2 of the first 3 games of the season. Nick Foles took over in their big win in Atlanta, and he'll probably carry them the rest of the way.
Yes, 7 remaining unbeatens in the NFL after 3 weeks of the regular season. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
At the 41.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Saints, 1st down.
Breeze now on 1st down. He's got the 1st down inside the 10th. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees to Michael Thomas. And the Saints have taken the lead.
Will Lutz lining up for the point after.
CD, for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Fielded in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
A conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. P.J. Williams with a pick, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ah, yes, the old